Governors have to make choices, and they cannot make choices based on making people happy or political.
This is Worst Journalist of the Year, Don Lemon, Worst Journalist of the Year. You know, this one. And this one, so it's really no surprise he's also this one. On tonight's show, the 54-year-old Lemon, on sabbatical from the government sex offender registry like a Harry Potter chocolate frog card, has booked former Ohio governor and stalwart never-Trumper John Kasich under the pretense of getting his reaction to President Trump's address to the nation vis-a-vis the facts, risk, and spread of the Wuhan, China Winnie the Pooh ping-pong pot down the stairs virus. But again, this is Worst Journalist of the Year, Don Lemon, Worst Journalist of the Year, and so within literally 2 seconds of John Kasich opening his mouth, the world record holder for Man-Thong Fontina is already melting down like a gonorrhea fondue. I do suspect this is in part a subconscious reaction by Lemon to the fact that Kasich has joined the program remotely, thus rendering him impervious to whatever blue cheese crumbles the accused sexual assaulter had planned on slipping into his front hole, only able to impotently point the metaphorical finger of blame rather than mouth-grope Kasich with the literal finger of AIDS, in tandem with the frustration and sexual tension Don's likely experiencing in ogling a man whose name is a combination of queso and itch. There could hardly be a more perfect recipe for a complete and utter implosion of basic logic, reason, and not mentally ill behavioral norms, the likes of which the world hasn't seen since the impressive mathematical inclination of Chinese culture looked at diseased bats and miso broth and decided to throw a plus sign in there. Anyway.
Well, listen, the governors can't, John, the governors can't make choices. They can't, if there are no test kits. If the test kits that the federal government has promised aren't out there, then those governors can't make choices. And you said that, listen, you said the president should stick to the script. I don't know if he stuck to the script or not, but whatever script he read was wrong because they've had to clarify it several times. And I just got to say, if the president came out to calm people's feet.
Quick time out to explain that the context of this show is that John Kasich, who hates Trump with a passion, which makes this all the more hilarious, dared to defy Team Lizard by not tard-screaming in self-parody that the president's message was anything other than perfect. This has sent Lemon, who has the emotional control of a bat in a boiling wok of water and the mental capacity of that same bat when you're grating garlic over it 20 minutes later, into a tailspin of fail so spectacular that it transcends the descriptive capabilities of verbs, adjectives, and the very fabric of language itself, so that anyone with the great misfortune of being a witness to this clown-splosion can do nothing but huff the sweet release of emergency oxygen while being sucked into the back of their seats by the fatal G-forces of instantaneous loss of faith in humanity.
Clarify it several times. And I just got to say, if the president came out to calm people's fears, he didn't do a good job.
Told ya.
He didn't do a good job of it because they've had to come back and clarify it several times. And this has been going on long enough for them to get it straight. We need straight, accurate information from this president and this administration, and we're not getting it. And I don't understand why you are tiptoeing around it. He came out, gave an address that usually that happens very rarely, and he doesn't get it right.
I'm going to tell you, first of all, he read it. And somebody that wrote this, look, I don't want to get into that. It was on today.
That's why you're here to talk about the president's address.
Can I finish now?
No, you can't, John.
No.
No, you can't, John, because we're here to talk about the president's. Wait, we're here. I don't want you to go on and deflect and talk about something else, because we're here to talk about the president's address.
This is what your face looks like when you go from private jet governor of Ohio to Pan Am DC-4 CNN. Then less than a minute after takeoff, the cabin fills with smoke and the smell of burning cheese, and when you look out the window, you see the ground approaching at terminal velocity, and right there in the middle is either Hillary Clinton or Satan in a pantsuit, but you can't tell for sure. And the reason you can't tell for sure is because running around next to her like a decapitated chicken is Don Lemon spreading his cheeks apart while frantically trying to align his beehole with the point of impact.
I don't want you to go on and deflect and talk about something else, because we're here to talk about the president's address. And you said that someone else wrote it. He's the president. Even if someone else wrote it, it should be right.
I know he did, and he has to be Don. He put this thing out because there was some confusion out there. Okay.
Now there's more confusion, John.
And what I'm trying to say to you, Don, we got to move down the road. Looking back doesn't get things fixed.
We're not looking back. The president's address was tonight. That is the newest information.
I think his address tonight is the president's address. I think it was fine. That's what I think.
You think inaccurate information that you have to come back and clarify 2 or 3 times, you think that's fine?
I thought he did fine. That's what I thought. I thought he had the right tone, and he no longer played around with, we're going to blame Democrats or forget this stuff. I hope he's trying to move forward because he understands the seriousness of this situation. Now, the fact that they clarified, it isn't unusual in a speech for somebody to clarify something, okay? But I don't think that the tone he showed tonight takes away from some clarification. I think he set a serious tone. That's what I wanted out of him for a long time, and I think we got it.
John.
That's what I think. And I think we need to move forward.
I can be serious and sit here and tell you 4 + 4 = 85. I'm serious. That doesn't mean that I'm right. The information he gave was not right. You have to come back and clarify several times information that you gave. Listen, I tried to cut him a break at the top of the show.
You mean like who's going to get back into the country? You mean what is it in the clarification that you thought was so terrible? Tell me what you thought.
I didn't say
I
thought it was terrible. I'm telling you that we're in the middle of a pandemic right now.
We're in the middle of a damn panic right now.
We're in the middle of a pandemic right now. We're in the middle of a pandemic. And every time this president comes out, he gives inaccurate information.
I hurt myself today.
So I don't understand why he would even come out and do it at all if he is going to confuse the American people even more. You don't understand that? You're a governor. I'm surprised that you don't understand that. If you're not going to help, if you're not going to be accurate, why do it?
I do understand it. Look, I'm just trying to tell you that I thought his tone tonight was good. So he had to clarify something, okay? 98% of what he did was good. And what we wanted was a seriousness out of the president to tell people.
Mr. President, why do you say to Americans who are concerned that you're not taking this seriously enough and that some of your statements don't match what your health experts are saying?
That's CNN, fake news. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
That's it for today. I'm John Ward, and until next time, remember, you're a world champion. Don't let your memes be dreams. Every time I find myself inclined to think that something's off, I'll remind myself I'm always wrong. There's nothing I can do, and that's the way it is. All I'm gonna get is this, not that I don't give up. It's that I just don't care, just don't care. Don't care, I just don't care. There's nothing I can do, just don't care.